Today we're going to look at the difference between pass by reference and pass by value into a function. In this video, we're going to cover the differences between the two methods, advantages and disadvantages of each, and examples of when to use each method. Okay, so the main difference between pass by reference and pass by value is pass by reference passes in the memory location of the variable that you're passing into the method, whereas pass by value passes in just the value of that variable. So if you have the variable number and number equals 5, pass by value will just pass the value 5 in, whereas pass by reference will pass in the variable that is number. So if you change number later, it'll pass that in. And if number is changed in pass by reference, then it will change everywhere else in the code. So what that means is you usually use pass by reference when you want to change the actual parameter or mutate the value in the function. And you'll use pass by value mostly for functions that are doing computation or just using the parameter as part of the computation. You'll use pass by value if you don't want that parameter to change. So if you don't want to accidentally mutate the parameter in the function, I would choose pass by value. Okay, now let's go over a really simple example to see which one we would use. So in this problem, we are going to calculate the pounds of blue whale that are in the ocean. So I looked up this beforehand, and the number of blue whales in the ocean is 15,000. That's a lot of blue whales, and the average rate is 200,000. So in this function, would you want to use pass by reference or pass by value? I'll give you guys a couple seconds to think about it and figure it out. Okay, so for this particular method, you would want to use pass by value because the value that you're returning doesn't really have anything to do with the parameter you're passing in, which is the number of whales. You're not actually modifying that value at all in the function. You're just using it to find the total pounds of whale in the ocean. Okay, let's go ahead and look at another example. So for this example, you're the owner of a successful donut shop, and you have two problems in front of you. One, your nephew wants to know how much it would cost to run the store per year. And two, the landlord raises the rent by 15% per month, and you want to calculate how much your new year rent will be. The two variables that you already have are monthly rent and the amount that your landlord wants to increase the rent. So which of the two methods, pass by reference or pass by value, do you think would be most applicable to each of these cases? Take a couple minutes to figure it out, and you can go ahead and pause the video. Okay, I'm going to get right into the implementation that I chose. So for your nephew who wants to see how much it costs to run the store per year, you already have the monthly rent, and you don't have an annual rent, so there's no variable to change. So you're just going to use the monthly rent in a pass by value function to figure out the annual rent. So I wrote that method up here, annual cost to run the store, and that'll just be the monthly cost passed by value times 12. So let's go ahead and see what the annual cost to run your store will be. Cool. Annual cost to run the store is $240. That is a very cheap annual rent. So your landlord decides to raise the rent by 15% per month because he wants to collect more of your money, and you want to calculate how much your new rent will be. For this one, you already have a monthly rent here. So for this method, I decided to implement a pass by reference because the monthly rent is changing and I want it to be changed in the function. So let's go ahead and see how much our new rent per month will be. We can see that our new cost per month is $23. But you might be asking yourself, Bridget, for the second problem, couldn't we have still done a pass by value? Yes, and that's true, we could have. We could have done it like this, where we reset the value, the monthly rent, equal to a function that returns the new monthly rent. So if we comment this out, we see that this returns the same thing. And the reason not to do it this way is just because sometimes you'll forget to set it equal, and it just makes a bit of cleaner code, because you see here you're repeating the variable monthly rent twice. Also, it really depends on the structure of the code you're writing and the implementation of wherever you're working or the project you're doing, depending on what your teacher wants. So that's it for this video today. Thank you for watching, and if you found it useful, please drop a like or comment below. Thank you.